Okay, so here's the okra. You see a few flowers blooming. I get about 3 or 4 of these every day, and this is from 5 plants, so which means that no, that's plenty. I may just keep 5 plants. Now you'll see, oh fuck, sorry, it's the yellow jacket. You know they are not my friends. Whoa. Okay, he's trying to kill me. You'll see a really huge okra back here. I'm going to let that die out for seeds. So I'm going to keep that one for seeds. But for the rest of them, I never let them get more than about 5-6 inches long. Oh, here is my Swiss chard. It's not doing that amazing. So I may keep that growing in my raised bed. Here's the kale. This one is looking very healthy. This one is small. It's probably being choked out a little bit by the lemon cucumbers. But yeah, this is, woo, okay. That's the bumblebee working on my lemon cucumbers. And I finally have a bunch of little ones coming up. As you can see. And that was the bumblebee working right there. Where'd he go? Camera shy. Anywho, yeah, I don't mind working side by side with them, but those yellow jackets gotta go. So here are the lemon cucumbers. They've spread it all over the place here. You'll see them climbing up the evergreens as they were before. Now there's also one climbing up this side. It was going over to the fence, but anywho, that's neither here nor there. I made a late nursery trip that I was very excited to make because I got these. I don't know how many of you know what this is, but this is going to replace my sugar next year. I'm going to be growing this all over the place. Yes, indeed. This is my planter spinach. I replanted because it was so hot a lot of the time. They didn't really flourish after it heated up. This is another stevia. It looks much healthier. I have it in the pot, but I'm going to take all these tips and have a ton of these growing all over the house next year. And it helps that they don't have flowers because we only like bees to pollinate what needs to be pollinated and not just for the house. Now my lemon, I'm really upset this year about my Meyer lemon because I used to see little grasshoppers, you know, kind of perched on and having a good old time, but little did I know that grasshoppers actually eat your plants. So all these bitten leaves have been grazed on by damn grasshoppers. Here's my sole surviving lemon, and it still hasn't turned yellow. They take forever to turn yellow and be ready for picking. But what did happen was I put in a citrus fertilizer spike, and I didn't do that because I thought you only needed to do that maybe once a year. But I put in that citrus fertilizer spike, and I'm telling you that 2 days later I had this set of blooms. I had this set of blooms. I had this set of blooms. I had that set of blooms. I have this set of blooms. I have this set of blooms. I have this bloom. And I really wish I have all this entire bunch of blooms. I have this bloom. And I wish I had use the citrus fertilizer earlier in the season, because had I done so, I would have more than merely one lemon that I still have not been able to pick. Okay, calm down, airport. Oh yeah, this is my cherry tomato. It's not, the leaves are happy, but the actual tomatoes aren't ripening really well. So maybe that's a fertilizer issue as well. Giving up on my snow peas. Next year I'm only going to do 4 plants per pot, just to give them room to stretch out and climb. And this is one of the bastards that has been destroying my ish. See that guy? Son of a bitch. Yeah. Here is my other planter of spinach, and another one of those suckers. Ooh, look at him, big googly eyed. Right there. Bastard. He's not even scared. So gangster. I hate them right now. Okay, hate is a strong word. My planter, I have my red onions, and they're not growing as fast as usual either. But my Swiss chard is doing well, very well. Another Swiss chard here, which is why maybe I'll resolve to keeping them here in the raised bed rather than putting them on the side there. 2 rows of spinach, 1 of red lettuce, which is doing beautifully, always does. Oregano, and I actually have harvested and dried a full container of oregano and basil, but you know, they're hardy. So my peppers are turning colors. These are the orange peppers, these are the red peppers, and I've harvested several. And the yellow ones over there, I haven't had one single, ooh, I am lying because I see one. Boom. I was gonna say I hadn't had one single one turn yellow, but there is one that turned yellow. But it is no good for the picking and eating. So it's gonna go into the garbage. I do have this separate pepper plant that I have in a pot because it's going to go indoors once it gets too cold for the season, because I use the red peppers more than any of the other peppers. So I'd like to have them at my disposal in the winter. This is my microtom tomato plant. As you can see, everything's all red and ready to harvest. Before I told you they had like a slight tart to them, but it's just because I didn't let them get their reddest, which is what they are right now. So they will suffice for the winter. Anyway, as I was saying, they are good tomatoes if you let them, don't harvest them until they're ready. They're the reddest of red. So they are sufficient winter tomatoes, indoor tomatoes. Now, I did take the seeds of this and grow more indoors, but that thing is like 9 inches tall. It's supposed to only get like 8 inches tall. So it did get pretty big. I think it's because I put it in a bigger pot, but I put it in a bigger pot where I intend to share it with 2 other plants. So I will have 3 plants to pacify my need for tomatoes over the winter. This is my mosquito shocker plant. It's supposed to keep away mosquitoes, hence it being on the table out on the patio. But these leaves smell so good. I was going to use them as excuse me, I was going to use them as ground cover, but the leaves are much too prickly, and I don't ever go barefoot, but if I ever did, I would not want anything to prickle to stick me in the ankles. So what I do want to do though, because you cannot believe when you rub these leaves, they smell like lemon air freshener. So what I'm going to do is actually harvest and dry them, and like maybe put them in drawers and so forth, like an air freshener. They smell good. This is my spearmint, which I appreciated and served its purpose for the time that it was here, and it taught me what I need to do to care for and use my peppermint. That's right, I finally got peppermint, which I prefer over spearmint, and I was concerned that it wasn't peppermint but was indeed spearmint. But because when I look visually, I was like, well, peppermint leaves look softer than spearmint leaves. Oh, let me get this. Yeah, I always thought peppermint leaves look softer than spearmint leaves. You know, they're more veiny and whatever. Anyway, I do love the peppermint leaves better. I was right. They are definitely more minty. They serve their purpose, but you have to suffer through a leafy taste. And just like I told you, sometimes I may clip off a stem, and if I don't get to eating them right away, they'll kind of wilt just a little bit. They'll get a little weak, but they'll smell musty. Does not happen with these. I'm enjoying these thoroughly. You can see I've already broken this back, and I'm gonna break this back today. I have more of these, which is where I got these. I just wanted to plant the 2 in a pot just because when they get like this, they grow smaller, and I like these big full leaves. Look, that's bigger than the fullness of my finger, and these little leaves are, you know, I like to just plop a couple of leaves in my mouth and chew it up. And this I've been wanting for a while, but I kept hesitating because I thought surely I knew a gardener that had some, and these grow little bitty babies on the side, so I was going to snatch one of hers, but I just went ahead and broke down and got it since we were at the nursery anyway. So now I have aloe plant, and you guys, you all know what that's all the multiple things that's good for. So I will be making, say, my hair gel and lotions and skin creams with by harvesting and filleting this aloe. Oh, and these are a couple of things I harvested today. But my okra are starting to get little bumps on the side. I don't know what that is. It doesn't appear that it'll do any harm to the okra, so I should be good. Okay, I'll take that as my wrap it up music, and groovy smooches.